called As a Man Thinketh. And I sometimes wish they would charge $50,000 for this little book, because I think if people paid that much money for it, they would treat it with the reverence that it deserves. And if you haven't got that in your library, today, get on Amazon.com, go to the bookstore, get somewhere, get As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. It's at least, I don't know, 60, 80 years old, but it's just timeless messages. And one of the most important messages in there that, for me, that really changed my prosperity consciousness, that I want to talk about in this episode of Prosperity TV, is fighting against circumstances. So, what's the problem with that? Because that's what so many people do. I think of a dinner I had almost 20 years ago with my friend Spencer, who was really a mentor to me, somebody I really respected. So he took me out to dinner. I was there in California doing a training for his organization, and we had this nice dinner, and I did what I always did back in those days, is I regaled him through the whole dinner of all the horrible things that had happened to me, on what an innocent victim I was, and how I was fighting against all of these circumstances, and you know, the little guy fighting the forces of evil, which of course was the mindset that I had at that time. So I had this whole dinner. We go out there. He had a beautiful, I remember like it's yesterday, he had a beautiful red Mercedes convertible, tops down. He's getting in the driver's side. I'm getting in the other side. I open the door and he stops and he says, "Randy, have you given any thought to what you might be doing to manifest all of this?" And I'm just shocked. I'm thinking, well, this cold, heartless son of a bitch, didn't he hear a word that I said? Didn't I just spend an hour and a half telling him all of these horrible things that have been happened to little old innocent me? And he could ask me that question? You know, what was I doing to manifest all that stuff? And of course, this just grated on me for weeks. It took about 3 weeks of, processing this question. And I finally had to ask myself, the next question was, in all this drama, all this trauma going on in my life, was there one person who was always at the scene of the crime? In all those negative dysfunctional relationships, in all those failed business ventures, in all those health challenges, all those problems that I was in, was there one person who was always at the scene of the crime? And that was a big breakthrough for me. And of course, when I got As a Man Thinketh and started reading through that and thinking about, you can fight addiction, but addiction is just a circumstance. You can fight the economy. The economy is a circumstance. You can fight getting laid off. You can fight a health challenge, any of those, but they're just circumstances. And until you change the cause, the inside stuff, what's manifesting the circumstance, what's manifesting the external, nothing's going to happen until you get to that point. So I want you to do some critical thinking on that. What are you manifesting in your life right now? Are you manifesting poverty? Are you manifesting lack? Are you manifesting wellness? Are you manifesting disease? Are you manifesting happiness? Or are you manifesting depression? Are you good things or negative things? And then ask yourself, here's a couple of questions I think are really important. Are you doing what I did, which is kind of identify yourself as a victim and then kind of celebrate that, and you love the idea of being the little guy fighting the forces of evil, and then you attract more victimhood to you? So think about that, because understand that as long as you hold on to being a victim, you can't be a victor. To be a victor, you have to release victimhood. So think about that. Have you made, are you perhaps self-sabotaging yourself? Are you creating difficulty? Are you creating obstacles and challenges that give you a more heroic story so you feel you're worthy? So maybe it's just if you dealt with the cause, which is that worthiness issue, then you wouldn't need to manifest all this stuff. So think about that, and then just think, are you fighting the circumstances or are you dealing with the causes? Because I really want you to live rich. So please get down below, share your thoughts, do some real critical thinking on this, and share with me and the other members of the community. Let me know what you think. Please share this with the people you know who you'd like to spread this message of prosperity. And I'll talk to you on the next episode. So until then, thanks and live rich.